The most anticipated horror movie of 2025 and my most anticipated movie of 2025. At Set the Drop, we're talking everything you need to know about Weapons. And Weapons this summer set the internet ablaze with his trailer. You're talking craziness. I'm Julia Garner. You got Josh Brolin. It looks like you got some violence here. You got some mystery. Kids go missing, and then calamity assumes. And we see people running around, people getting hit by cars, people attacking each other. Absolutely craziness. And I'm set here to tell you everything you need to know about it. Top all that, you got the director from Barbarian here. So let's get into it. This is your boy Flying J Man, Minor League Films. Go ahead and hit that sub button, hit that like button. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So, as I ended off there, Zach Cregger, director of Barbarian, has come out and said he is trying to create a horror epic here, meaning it's going to be on a large scale and broken down into different parts. So we're going to jump into all those different parts and let me tell you about it. So this is a bigger movie, $38 million budget. So we've got some money to work with here, but he's promised bigger and weirder. Now, we all saw Barbarian, movie I liked a lot. Some people don't like it, but I thought it was a success on a horror scale, on a comedy scale, and a nice blend of things here. We got mystery horror here, and we got some rumors on what's going on. We got a lot of things here with these characters, so I'm here to tell you about it. Okay, so the rumor is there's an entity behind these attacks. Now, people say it's a witch. I don't know if that's true or not, but some level of entity or witch is behind this in the movie. I think you can kind of tell this by maybe the way there's a black substance in the movie, which Josh Brolin, there's a scene where he's getting goo like all over his face. We got people that seem to be controlled, people seem to be under a spell. So that is one of the theories going into this movie that people are talking about. Can I see it? Yes, I can. I can very well see that. Is this like some level of revenge? Are we going to kind of go back in time a little bit and something may happen? We may have a character here that is age old and maybe older than everybody appears and has some level of magic to them. Now, this movie does have a connection with another movie that makes you think there may be some non-worldly stuff or something that's weird that you can believe is possible. So I will jump into that later. But let's continue. So Julia Garner stars in this movie. We do know that. But this movie is going to play out from 4 different vantage points, and I'm jumping to the characters. So Julia Garner plays Justine Gandy. She's the teacher, one we see all through the trailer, ones who comes and sees her entire class missing. Now, word is there's one student who is not missing, which is named Alex. So not all of the class is missing, but pretty much everyone is. So that's why the parents are mad at her. Everyone's after her. We do know that. Now, she may be the target of this entity that we've been hearing about, maybe this witch or this entity, and that she's having dreams, she's seeing things. Obviously, she's seeing figures, and a lot of weird stuff is going around and following her and at her house. So she is going to reach out. She's going to try to get this mystery done. She has a friend who's a cop that she's going to work with, and she's going to also try to talk to Alex, the one remaining student that's going on here. So it seems like she's going to be trying to unravel this mystery on her own as she feels isolated and not getting too much help in here. Another major character we have here is Archer, who is played by Josh Brolin. See him very much in the trailer. He's a parent of one of the students that's named Anthony that has gone missing. He is also seeing this entity. He's seeing things that don't really make sense to him, but he's put his detective hat on and he's trying to track down these kids. So you see him working with the map, maybe trying to figure out where they're all going, where they could be. And he seems like somebody who's probably going to find it. I would believe at some point in this movie, he's going to figure it out and he's going to be right in the middle of these crazy events that are going on. Okay. So moving on, we also have Officer Paul, who we see in little bits of the trailer. He's the officer in the movie. So obviously he seems to be the guy who's going to be in the head of the investigation. He has a relationship with Julia Garner in this movie. Now, to what extent, we don't know yet. Movie's not out yet, so we can speculate, but he's going to be doing some investigating. You can believe from a cop's point of view with all the weird things going on with this town. We see in the trailer him driving down. There's people running the street. There's kids running out of a house at some point in this movie. He is going to be right in the middle of it. And it feels like this is going to be a good vantage to go through. I think they can really do some creative stuff with him and the officers with mystery solving. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I think the mystery aspect of this needs to be really good because if you're going to go into the paranormal, that's cool. But I feel like the mystery got to be the stronger part here. So we're going to see that through his eyes. We also have a character named Anthony, who's played by Austin Abrams. He is somebody who might be homeless, but kind of a straggler out on the streets. And he is also said to be seeing kids, seeing an entity, seeing weird things that are happening along this. So these characters are going to interact a lot. Obviously, we know there's some crossover between Anthony and Paul, who's the cop. There's some crossover between Julia Garner and Archer, who's the parent. And so all of these are going to mix around and we'll blend it. We're going to see here. Now, what I am being told is mystery is only a certain part of this movie. And I said a while ago that this movie goes absolutely crazy, and that's what I heard. But it seems like it's going to start as a mystery as we try to unravel what's going on here with these kids. And at some point, I mean, even in the trailer, it looks like we've seen the kids. Now they're running out of a house. Does that mean they're all stationed up at the house and somebody kidnapped them? Possibly, or they're all under a spell and trains. And we see that with adults too. So maybe it's adults that have lured them in. That have also been under a spell. I don't know how that's really going to work, but it tells me a lot here with kind of the spell and the control and the people acting crazy that something is going to lure. But I feel like these kids aren't just going to be off in the woods somewhere. I feel like they're going to be somewhere where people can find them, and they're going to be somewhere where somebody's going to be like, oh, this is, someone's going to stumble in and be like, oh, these are where all the kids are. And that may be good or bad for them, probably bad, but we will see there. But it feels like this movie is going to hit a switch. Now, what happens after the mystery? I don't know. I would guess some level of horror, some level of I don't know, absolutely crazy. I mean, it can go a lot of ways. When you talk about an entity and you just think about movies back of Haunting the Town, I mean, for the mystery to be only the first part of that and just craziness after that, it just feels like a lot of ways. And it's going to be fun. Obviously, Barbarian, we saw that there was probably something in the basement. We didn't know where it was. And then once that, we got a whole side story with a guy who was, kidnapping women. We got where people were getting, in sort of in jail down in the basement where there's gates and cages and people are keeping them there. So, I mean, this could go a lot of ways. And Zach Kreger, he wants to make this larger. He wants to put it on a larger scale. Wants to make it weirder. So I would think that like just by images in the trailer that we can get people ripping people apart. I mean, somebody who has something against this town that has that level of control can really turn this town on his head. And I wouldn't mind a little insanity. I mean, I wouldn't mind a chaos scene in the street, people running all over, people attacking each other, kind of following our main characters through chaos. For some reason, the scene pops up of the Last of Us, where they're in the town and absolute craziness is happening. People are running all over the place. I would be here for that as long as it makes sense. I mean, don't go crazy, don't go full together, but as long as this makes sense, I'm riding with that. Now, as I was saying, they're going to have some believability if there is a witch or an entity figure in here that makes it kind of ground this world. This is in some way supposed to be connected to Barbarian. Now, does that mean, the characters from Barbarian show up and it's a direct, like, oh, that character now confirms this? I don't know if all that is going to happen, but there is something with the online site of Maybrook that says, oh, they reference the House of Barbarian in the underground kind of jail there. So that tells you that there is some level. Now, this could be Zach Kreger just patting himself on the back, like I did a good job with that, and I want you to know that was me. And then I'm building out, a little universe here and giving myself a pat on the back. But this could also be a Stephen King thing where all these things tend to happen in the same world, just maybe at different locations. Obviously, that was Detroit. I don't know where Maybrook is, so it could be Michigan, or it could be, I really don't know. So I'm not just going to guess here, but man, it just sounds like they've taken this seriously. We're getting a lot of different characters, really giving some people a chance to act. As I said, Julia Gardner, outside of Wolfman, really haven't seen her in anything horror related. So I'm really interested to see where her lead characters takes this. I'm really interested to dive into this mystery and hopefully see where it goes. But to hear the fact that this mystery is only a little bit, and I'm gonna get craziness, and none of us walk in knowing what to expect. I mean, I got to be super excited for that. So that is everything you really need to know about Weapons, man. It's a lot of craziness to come. Like I said, very excited for this movie. Can't wait for it to come out. I've talked about it. It's probably my best video on here. So, man, that's what I said. Be ready. Theater in theater Thursday. Movie review will be out Thursday night. Me and Scotty are going to see it, so we will check that out. But give me things you're going to think is going to happen. Hit the comments. Let me know, what do you think is going to happen. Let me know, what do you think about all these events. What are you looking forward to? Which character are you looking most forward to? Where you think the kids are? Anything like that, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Make sure to like the video. Hit that sub button, as we are dropping videos all the time. We got a lot coming to you. We got a few in there that we have just dropped, so feel free to check those out. But that's all I got for you. I wanted to wrap up and talk about this movie because it comes out a couple days and we can't wait to see it. This is your boy Flying to J, man. Like I said, like, sub, all that good stuff. Can't wait to watch the movie. We'll talk to you then. We'll catch you next time.